Welcome to the Bad Movie Night podcast, covering the worst movies you've never seen. We hope you enjoy listening to Bad Movie Night podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Bad Movie Night podcast, your favorite podcast for bad movies and all things bad. And tonight, right? Is everyone pumped tonight? How is everyone doing?
It's gonna be great. It's Van Damme. It's Van Damme. It's gonna be amazing.
Can't be any better, right?
Full rear nudity.
No, we are just the possibilities are endless with this podcast. I'm so excited for the future. It's gonna be amazing. We are hitting the ground running in 2025.
Starting off this new year, right?
If you don't know, Lindsay's referencing we might be taking a little bit of a hiatus here. Chris is off dealing with a bunch of family stuff. I'm moving. I'm literally moving houses. So I'm going to be off for a couple of weeks doing that. And in February, we're going to talk and get back and see what we can do for... Yes.
February, we're going to come back. Whether it's just me and Lindsay.
I just don't... I know we want to... I've been talking to Chris and we want to mix it up a bit and refresh the podcast in some way so it feels fun and different going into the new year. So we'll see. We'll see.
Spiv, they're going to be having a conversation with you later. No.
Can you close the door behind you?
But anyways, we got a great movie tonight, right? Lionheart.
Fantastic.
Classic birthday pick, right?
Birthday pick.
Yes.
I had this big 43
Oh shit!
a week and a half ago.
I was supposed to... Here, let me share the trailer real fast. Let me play a little taste of the lion, all right?
Yeah.
They think they can get away with murder.
They think.
This is gasoline.
But they didn't count on one thing.
Oh shit!
Does he have any other relatives?
Leon!
Oh shit!
Oh man! Join the Legion.
It's the German run French Legion.
There's a lot of different accents. So it doesn't matter what your accent is; they'll take you.
Revenge. All right, you get the idea.
Legionnaires' disease.
It's a long
It causes
trailer,
you to
probably.
break out into kickboxing.
Yeah. So, Lindsay, this was your birthday pick.
It's my birthday
Oh,
pick.
Oh
What
my
are you
God.
talking about?
I just assumed it was you.
No.
Just damn.
He just
Oh my
said he
God.
turned
Oh my
43.
Jay's not listening to anything I've said.
We've been
so
gone too long.
Nope, he's just tuning everything
Long
out.
day.
Yes.
Jesus. Well, happy birthday, Spiv. Oh my God.
Thank you.
So,
Thanks.
belated birthday. There you go.
Yeah, I was looking for a movie that would fit my kind of stuff, which is, 80s action, shoot 'em up stuff. And I picked Cobra with Stallone because I've never seen that. And then I said, well, where can I watch this movie? And you can't.
I can.
Well, you have it on tape, I'm sure.
On one of these
Original
every
pressing.
show.
The original version, right?
So then I moved over to Van Damme, which
Yeah,
I've seen a few
naturally.
of his, but not a ton. And so I know Lindsay always talks about Lionheart, and
Yeah.
so I picked it. Figured
Awesome.
it's a
Nice.
good thing to see it.
You hadn't seen it before.
I had not seen it before.
Nice.
I hadn't seen this. I thought I did,
Really?
but I haven't. Yeah. This was
Awesome.
cool.
I was very surprised how good this was. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't we slide into the history hole and then we'll jump into the movies. It sound good?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. Let's do it.
All right. Tonight we are talking about the 1990 film Lionheart. Written by none other than Jean-Claude Van Damme and starring.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, what do you guys? we'll jump in. We'll jump into the rain. I don't want to jump in too quickly here, but I was not surprised after 5 minutes of watching that find out this was written by him. This was also directed by Sheldon Litchin, who is also known for Double Impact, Rambo 3, Max, and Bloodsport. Well, he wrote Bloodsport. He didn't direct Bloodsport, right? He did direct The Order. The Order.
He's a kick punch expert.
Hard Corpse.
Hard Corpse.
That looks terrible.
That's a terrible title.
But he's directed quite a few terrible movies. All right.
Yeah.
This stars none other than Jean-Claude Van Damme. And I was curious about when this came in like the lineup of like his films, because this is early.
This is
right?
in the middle.
This is like peak.
This is 1990s Jean-Claude Van Damme is like.
Yeah, well, that's why he was able to write it,
because
he had the
so he did what, Cyborg, Kickboxer, Lionheart, right?
No, he
Bloodsport
did Bloodsport.
Was 1988.
Yeah, Bloodsport, Kickboxer, and Cyborg came first, and then you had this, and then you had shit like Universal Soldier, and that's when he really started to pop off. And then throw Death Warrant kind of in there too.
Yeah, Hard Target, Last Action,
Hard
Target,
Time Cop.
Yes.
And then he's
Street Fighter.
Yeah, 1994 he peaked at Street Fighter, right?
That is a bad movie.
I don't know. I still have a soft spot for the Quest, and Knockoff in 1998 is not too bad, honestly. Mm-hmm. I also saw Legionnaire.
JCVD is really good, and he did a TV show too where he plays himself.
Mm-hmm. No, I like him. I think he has a lot of charisma. I think his acting's pretty decent most of the time.
The thing with Van Damme is his fighting style is very unique because he started in ballet.
Yeah, he's a dancer.
His kicks are like very signature. Very.
He definitely has that.
So he had the unique fighting style. He had the good looks. He had the physique, and he also he had the charm to pull all this off.
He's Belgian. Yeah.
He does.
And this movie has a lot of fun fighting sequences.
It does, pretty varied.
Yeah.
Let's talk. This is
We're
like
still in the history hole, though.
I know.
We're still in the history.
Let's leave this for the podcast.
Stay on target.
Now, is anyone familiar with his co-star, Harrison Page?
No, and he's
Yeah.
amazing.
He's in a bunch of stuff.
No.
I was trying to see if I recognize it. I mean, he is in Quantum Leap, apparently. Sledgehammer is a TV show he was on I never heard of from the late 80s.
He was in Carnosaur.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff, and it looks like he's still doing stuff, which is pretty cool.
Oh,
I know.
He did. That was
I don't remember seeing him.
Yeah,
he was the sheriff. Apparently.
I was trying to see if I recognized him in anything, but I thought he was a pretty great character, like sidekick as he went through this.
And as far as acting goes, he was really
he held his own.
He was selling it. He was giving a performance.
We also had Deborah Renard, who played like the femme fatale kind of in this movie. She's mostly known for Dallas and FBI's Most Wanted.
Is she one of the most wanted, or was she like an actor?
Is she a reenactor? Maybe?
She was on the TV show Dallas from 81 to 91.
I could see that.
I think that's the whole
it.
run,
I mean, she's had a lot of like small one kind of walk-on roles, but nothing serious in like the way of like, oh, she's in Kazam. That's great.
Wait, is that
I've never seen that.
She's also in the TV series Freddy's Nightmares.
Oh, that's cool.
I kind of remember that one.
Yeah, that's from like that was right before Lionheart. That was like 1989. So there you go. I mean, gosh, what else can we talk about this? Now, Lindsay, you know a lot about Jean-Claude Van Damme. Does he do a lot of his own choreography? Do you know?
He does a lot of fight choreography. That was one of the problems in, like with Street Fighter, is they had like no time to practice fight choreography or anything. So he was like showing the actors how to do it on set and stuff like that.
That's cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like his stuff. It makes me think I probably have a lot of other Van Damme movies I have to see that I haven't seen from this.
There's
time,
a lot.
But,
There's a lot. Mm-hmm.
I do have a soft spot for the Quest. As terrible as it is, something about that movie, I just love it. I don't know. All right, cool. Well, why don't we transition on and we'll talk about the movie and jump into this. There's a lot to cover.
There's a lot to cover.
Patreon. $2 a month. Patreon. 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 $2 a month. Patreon. Join the
Patreon. Sign up for a couple bucks. All right, let's jump into the Lionheart. Spiv, this was your birthday pick. I'd love to hear what you thought about this.
Well, I was expecting kind of like a Van Damme vehicle where he gets a lot of kick punching in and there's not much plot. And, he has to fight through the underground to save the day. And we got that, but there was a lot more. I was really impressed. This was like a real movie. There was a story and there was characters that you cared about and they developed as the movie went and yeah, it had that.
I love when you get excited when there's a story. You get excited.
Well, you know what I mean, though. A lot of times these movies have just bare bones story, just enough to string together the fight scenes.
Sure.
But this one, it really did. It was almost like a drama. There's heartfelt scenes with him and his sister-in-law and his niece, and
he cries in this movie.
He cries.
Wow.
Even
in the 90s, could you imagine?
Well,
even the Legionnaire
brother.
MP guys that are after him, take pity on him there at the end and let him go. So I was very impressed, very surprised. I think this is too good for the podcast.
Okay, interesting. Lindsay, what did you think of this movie?
No, it's definitely too good for the podcast, but I've always held that opinion. But no, this movie's fun. You get so many different fight scenes. This is like the best fight video game adaptation for a game that doesn't exist.
Oh, the game does exist. We'll talk about it.
Because he fights all these crazy characters in these crazy locations.
Yeah.
It's weird and wild. And then you have this other side where there's this whole, you have to have the human heart part of the movie. But you're never bored during this movie. At least I was never bored. And I've gone back to this movie over and over and over again because it is so over the top. But nothing doesn't make sense within the universe that the story exists in. Like everything, they do this, so that happens, and that happens, so then this happens. Like you can track it all the way through. It's a well written story, at least structurally. At least structurally. But no, I think this is one of his underrated films.
Okay, all right, big fan.
I'm a big fan of all of his stuff. But, people need to
celebrate his entire collection.
I celebrate his entire collection. People need to give a little more love to Lionheart.
All right, that's fair. All right, Rebecca, what did you think of this trash?
I'm not typically a kick punching person. They get old, but I think this one did a really good job of keeping each fight different, and because it actually had a story, there was something in between the kick punching to actually focus on, which a lot of times it's just kick punching, and then
we've hit an hour and 10 minutes.
Let's kick punching.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right. Let's wrap it up. So I was impressed that this one took it a little bit further than just what we typically see. You
liked it? Maybe. All right, cool. Yeah. Lionheart. I had not seen this. I thought I did, but I was wrong. It was pretty entertaining. I wouldn't say it was at the top of my favorites of his movies, but I was surprised with some of the storyline. The thing I noticed the most when watching this is it's very familiar to a video game that came out exactly the same year as the movie. And that video game is called Pit Fighter, which literally has scenes from the movie in it, which I'm going to share with you for just a second.
No way.
Yeah, it literally came out the same year, and I'm wondering
on what platform?
On Nintendo, I believe.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it was in the arcade too. Yeah.
Look, they're in the parking garage.
What the fuck?
This was the standard kick punch scenes.
Wow.
You gotta have the cars with their headlights on.
Sure.
Mortal Kombat ripoff, yeah.
But it has all the levels from the movie in it.
Does it have a racquetball
It has
court?
the subway. It might be a bonus level. Let me jump around here.
Sound effects.
I was like, if it doesn't have the racquetball court.
There's the bar.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a printer.
like you're fighting to a career.
There you go. Well, notorious difficult game either way, but
in a partially drained pool.
You could throw people on a limo. All right?
They did not. Does it have a partially drained pool, AJ?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I played it. It might. Yeah, he had quite the outfit for that one.
That was in the arcade too, I believe.
Now, what is the fascination with Jean-Claude Van Damme and Legionnaires? Like, he has to have a character every movie. It's a Legionnaire.
It's not. Right? It's not his obsession. The French Foreign Legion. I mean, that's in a lot of action movies. It is.
But he's always a Legionnaire.
He's not always a Legionnaire. Well,
there's a movie called Legionnaire. He's a Legionnaire.
But he grew up in.
He's Belgian.
He grew up in France, though, so they're going to be like the
Air Force and the Army.
I just think it's funny that he's always like a Legionnaire in a lot of these movies.
He's been a Unisol.
Okay.
So, I mean, he gets around to the different branches of the military.
He's been in all of them, that's what you're saying.
Yes.
He's dabbled in all of them.
Yes.
I just think it's so fascinating where this movie starts with, I guess we'll say his brother is horribly burned, right? And like a drug deal gone wrong or something like that, right? And now I believe his brother's wife writes to him correctly. Is that how it plays out?
Well, because his brother's in the hospital, basically dying from these burns, and he screams out his brother's name, Leon.
And he heard him across the globe.
And he heard, he heard him all the way over in North Africa.
And that kind of sets off the motion of like my favorite part of the movie, which is traveling to America, in which we get a kind of Homer's Odyssey view of the world in our journey, right?
Oh yeah,
It's not a good terminology.
Well, he has to.
Well, first he has to escape
in the desert.
It's not easy.
They're in a desert somewhere,
not easy.
and then make it across the desert.
The African desert.
Somewhere. Yeah.
But there's an ocean nearby because he makes it through the ocean.
We'll call it Morocco, I guess.
Right, he makes it to the Atlantic, and then he
stows
away.
A long montage of him shoveling
where he has
coal.
to now feed the boilers the whole way.
We're feeding the fuel for his to take him across the ocean.
It's an American dream, right?
Throughout the entire montage,
American story.
Back to him shirtless and dirty, just shoveling coal into the fire. Like his
still
by the
feeding
sweat of
the
his
coal.
brow, he's gonna get to America. By golly.
I think I've seen this before, but it's a mouse and it's animated.
With just the shirt on his
like
back.
Vival or something.
There's no cats in
Bible
American
goes
Story
west.
or something like that. Yeah.
No cats in America.
There's no cats, unfortunately. Yeah, it was quite the journey. I just thought that it was so silly. And then my favorite part of this is the communication is they're going to notify the LA police and maybe they'll do something about it.
They're a little busy.
Yeah.
There's that kind of
busy. There's a lot of stuff going on
with the French Foreign Legion and LA's finest, right?
Yeah.
Quite the epic. He arrives in New York. Doesn't know what he's going to do. He's hanging out in the alleys with a bunch of like homeless people. It's looking pretty grim for him, right?
Well, there's some social commentary just in the imagery. Yeah. I mean, like he's looking up at these fancy apartment buildings, and then like he looks down, and there's homeless guys on the street, and he kind of shakes his head, like this is America. Yeah.
It's tough. Yeah. Welcome to New York City in the 90s.
But he's
Not
got
everyone can just
clothes,
swim in from the harbor.
That's right. He swam in. We forgot about that.
Yeah, he swam right in.
He's just got the clothes on his back and no money.
No money. So he needs to figure out a way to make some dough,
nothing.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Luckily, he's walking around underneath a freeway and he stumbles across an illegal street fight. True New York style.
On the first day.
How many street fights have you guys stumbled across in your life?
Us. None.
I count on one hand.
And I've been in some shady places.
I had that question while I was watching this. Like, it's such a common plot for these movies to have like the rich people funding this underground fight ring. And did that ever actually happen? I've never heard of that.
It happened.
I don't know. I'm sure Elon Musk has some exciting things in his basement.
I mean, New York was a lawless land.
Yeah, I don't know. But that kind of hits into the main storyline of him becoming a fighter, where he meets his buddy, and he kind of like they team up and they start doing fights to make money, right? Mm-hmm. And very quickly, it becomes obvious that he's an amazing fighter. So it kind of the story moves forward, and they rise up into like more of like the pristine
bigger money
wealthy.
fights.
Yeah, high rollers. Yeah.
Yeah, just like in Pit Fighter when they're in the garage fighting on cars.
Dude, every fight scene is so like detailed in how they set it up. Because I mean, you have the parking garage fight with all the people around, all the extras that they have. They all, yes.
Get off my car!
Oh God, what was I going to say?
That's the guy in the kilt, right?
The pool one's pretty great.
The one in the garage with the guy with the kilt, the Scottish guy.
Yeah.
And during all these fights, they have people running around taking bets. And in that one, they had dudes on roller skates.
That's right.
Two different people taking bets through the window. They're like car ops, but for gambling.
Amazing. Yeah, they did a really good job with that and like creating these little worlds that were like fun and entertaining. And the thing I like about this, which happens a lot in poorer movies, but not necessarily the case of this one, is it's mixed up well with the storyline. Where you're not getting all these fights at like the end of the movie, or you're getting a nice. They're sprinkled in
pretty well.
Yeah. And meanwhile, he gets to L.A. and he's trying to make contact with his brother's sister and kind of rebuild that relationship and help them because they're in financial need.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I was impressed that he could board an airplane and go to Los Angeles with no ID and.
In the 90s, you could do
anything.
anything.
This was pre 9/11. They didn't
No ID.
You could do anything in the 90s.
Just walked in.
Yeah.
Do
great.
what you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the little girl, she can't even get a bike, and the mom is packing fruit at a warehouse.
Oof. Man, packing fruit at a warehouse, that's tough.
It's the worst.
That's tough. At least it's not Amazon, I guess. But yeah.
Right?
Wow. Yeah, it's quite the storyline. And this is interesting. This is always the thing with Jean-Claude Van Damme is like the characters are always like this morally great guy, like taking care of somebody, helping someone in need. Like this is
if you were writing a story, wouldn't you want to make yourself look pretty good?
That's true, but there's also not really much of a romantic angle into this, other than like the woman that hires him. They stay away from that a lot.
I don't know. I think he's gonna try to do his brother's wife.
No,
Really?
I think so. I think that's gonna end up happening.
Yeah,
'cause
Wow.
I think that's the insinuation that they're gonna be.
Well, he should make a sequel, right?
Because they are
Very
awfully close
A
at
little
the
too
end
close
there.
for comfort.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like brother and sister-in-law.
There's shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
There's shenanigans.
Yeah, this was a fun movie. I really liked, and all the fights were, as we said, were so interesting. Like I love the pool fight. That was part of my favorite one. Just like great locations for these fight sequences.
Oh yeah, everyone
Yeah,
was different and interesting.
Oh, this is
Yeah, with the
interesting.
pool fight, you get the water element in there, so there's some drowning stuff and
The racquetball court fight.
I kept waiting for one of those glass walls to break, but yeah.
That'd be fun being just like coming up with the like locations. Like we're gonna have another awesome fight at. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What did you guys think about this plot line of him like? I mean, he goes and stays in like a super fancy hotel and like, very quickly.
The lady fight ring lady
Cynthia.
Cynthia, she definitely has an interest in him more than fighting.
Yeah.
And,
She does until money and greed take over, right?
Yeah.
Well, he kind of turns her down, so I think
Several times.
Yeah. Even though she does rip the towel
Yes.
off of him. But,
I said no. Still
crazy.
no.
He has moral standing, I guess. I don't know.
right, he's just an all-around good guy. He's doing it for
Yeah.
his sister-in-law and his niece.
But yeah, this movie does have a lot of moving parts in it when you think about it. Like all the different characters have their own agendas because you've got him, and then you've got his brother's wife and daughter, and then you've got Cynthia and her henchmen running around doing stuff, and then you got the two French Foreign Legion guys who are
Right.
tracking him
Yeah.
and have been waiting for him to show
Are
up.
they French Foreign Legion? I thought they were just like LA Like cops.
No, those are the guys that beat his ass.
Base, yeah.
Oh, they've come all the way to America.
They're that mad.
So unrealistic.
They're from the
Yes.
from the embassy.
They're
gonna
one
put
guy.
that bill. That's insane. Just for one guy. One guy.
Well, the German guy said to do it.
In the 90s, tracking someone without the internet.
Well, they waited there with because he had the...
Yeah, they're across the street from his
binoculars.
sister-in-law.
And wouldn't you know, he happened to be looking out and then panning down right to where Jean-Claude Van Damme was spying. Yes. It works out so well.
Right there.
So well. Yeah. What a movie. This does feel very much like this was like a passion project for him because he wrote it and starred in it. You know what I mean? Like, this is like a movie he wanted to make really badly. Yeah.
I mean, it's a quality storyline. Yeah.
I would love to know if the guy who played Joshua did some of his own like ad libs and stuff, because he had some really funny lines, and I don't know how many times he said the F word.
Yeah, he did.
Because he was waiting outside the hospital for Van Damme to come out, and like he's trying to holler at this girl walking by. He's like, "Damn, you don't look sick, baby."
That's funny. Yeah. Well, we learned that even he has like a history with Cynthia, and he she made him fight too much, and he got hurt and had to quit. Mm-hmm. So there's so many angles to this. Someone's so deep.
And then we bring in
you do not get this depth with these movies.
And then there's another villain. There's the big bad villain fighter guy, Attila.
Yeah, which they play up a lot and they hype because they're watching a tape early on of him and they're like, "Can you take this guy?" Because obviously he's like the impossible like fighter to beat, right?
Well, yeah. Well, you have to set up that final battle.
Yeah.
And then we learn that his friend bets against him.
So
he doesn't want him to get hurt.
It's so sad. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
But they're watching that tape the first time where they show the entire fight with Attila.
Yeah.
And he has like the guy's legs like this, a leg in each hand, and he like it's like they show him like doing this, and you
like
hear this noise, and it's like, did he rip the guy in half? Like, what happened there? What?
At least a groin tear.
Something happened, and it was really bad, but I don't know what.
Oh.
So funny. Now, did they re-edit the tape when he was watching it with them so he wouldn't see that part? Right, because it kind of all fuzzy and they kind of stopped watching.
Yes, because she was showing it to him and the two British guys who were going to lay a bunch of money down.
Gotcha.
Because she was trying to skew the odds, so she could make super bank by betting on Attila.
But she won the bet against Jean-Claude Van Damme. She learned her lesson.
Yeah, that's her last mistake.
Her last mistake. Sean said "Wrong Bet" was the title of the movie in some countries.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
I can see that.
It's a good title.
Yeah, this was a fun movie.
And everybody like it's like this super mega happy ending.
Yeah. Which is unusual for a movie like this, you know?
Because everybody gets their comeuppance.
Yeah.
People change, and everybody lives happily ever after, except for Cynthia.
I feel like that's how a lot of his movies are, though, like that. Jean-Claude Van Damme. Like, they usually have pretty happy endings. Or there's some revenge track. It's always like a revenge track. Someone gets hurt, someone gets injured at the beginning of the movie, there's like a revenge scenario, you know? Like his brother in like Bloodsport. Yeah. It's like the same thing.
Well, that's kind of the thing we missed with this. I mean, his brother gets killed by the drug dealers, and we never see them again.
Yeah, right. That's not the,
they got arrested. Yeah, they got arrested.
Oh, they got arrested. Yeah, they're fine. They're in jail now. Yeah.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, so funny. Yeah, I know. It just makes me want to watch more Jean-Claude Van Damme.
It does.
movies.
We should do like Van Damme-uary or something.
I mean, we could hit up the early 2000s. That would be a shit show. I'd be down for that.
Oh man.
Yeah, there's
a couple good ones in there.
Let's watch the good ones. What are we talking about?
I don't know. I feel like even some of these are rated really. I remember watching Knockoff and enjoying that. It's at like a 4.9. I've seen Legionnaire.
Nowhere to Run. That one's.
I've never seen Inferno.
He's
in a Megadeth music video.
For which
I didn't know that. Megadeth Crush 'Em. He's in the music video.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Replicant. I've seen Replicant. Wow. Yeah. There's some ones in here we could watch.
He's in Kung Fu Panda too.
He's in The Expendables 2.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It was so much better than the first one.
And the third one.
I haven't seen the third one.
Is there 4 now or 5?
Are there 4?
I think there's 4, maybe. I don't know.
I just
Were they
remember the
making
third
a
one
fourth
has like a whole war going on, like scenario. I don't remember. It's just like
Gary
maybe there's,
Daniels
like,
is in the
tanks
third one.
Yeah.
There's way too many people in the third one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Cameos everywhere.
We should watch Double Team. Van Damme and what's his
would
name?
watch-
Dennis
No.
Rodman.
We gotta watch the one with 2 Van Dams.
Oh,
What- I
Double
can't-
Impact.
Double Impact, yes.
Double and back. That's cool.
Double Van
Can't handle
Damme.
2 of them. Double Impact.
Oh, man.
Nobody can.
Like
Yeah.
a good one and an evil one. Yeah.
Yeah, we could watch some more Van Damme. I'd be down for that. That'd be fun.
Death Warrant.
I mean, I do want to watch some Bronzy movies. We've been talking about that, and
Yeah, no, Bronzy Bronson. I think that's the next series.
A lot of
Assuming
them-
we
yeah.
actually get back together.
Because that's a
hold
lot
on.
of these Van Damme movies. They're too good of movies for the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah,
They
that's
I mean,
fair.
they're not great movies, but
but
there's
the
just
fighting,
Yeah,
the
but
fighting is
they're
going to be
big
good.
productions.
the
That's
fighting is
thing.
amazing. The
Yeah.
fighting is amazing.
And the
in most
acting's
of
going to be
them.
decent, and you're going to like the characters, like, and there'll be a story at least.
There will be a story.
Most of
It
the
won't
time.
be. It won't be. Taped together with some of these movies we've been watching. So
Oh boy. Yep.
cool. All right. Anything
Yeah.
else with the classic here, Lionheart?
Oh, just one little other trivia thing. The guy who's one of the French Foreign Legion guys plays Tong Po in Kickboxer, which took me way too long to realize that that's the same actor. That probably means nothing to you guys, but
It doesn't, but that makes
Yeah.
sense. I
Sean
imagine.
knows. Sean will know. Sean will know.
I imagine
what
the
I'm
crew
talking
on
about.
these movies kind of follows each other around in a
Yeah.
group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do something else?
project,
Can I be in it?
Let's film fight scenes for 3 movies today.
All right. Do you want to move on to recommendations?
I think it's pretty clear.
Pretty clear. Pretty unanimous. Spiv, would you recommend it?
Absolutely.
Lindsay?
Yep.
Rebecca? Yeah, I'd recommend it
Yep.
too. It was a fun time, and check it out. It's too good for the pod, but it kind of isn't
Absolutely
either.
too good.
Kind of isn't either. So there are some stupid moments in it, but yeah, go check it out.
It's a bit corny.
It's a
at
bit corny.
times.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
cheese is fun.
Yeah.
Cheese
Cheese
is
is
fun.
fun.
It's okay.
Exactly.
Right.
All right. So the next question is, Rebecca, do we have a game tonight?
We do have
Well,
a
then I
game.
think we're going to move on to play a game, everybody.
Of course we have a game.
I-
I
you
also
She
so
is the one
reliable.
that's consistently prepared.
She holds the show together.
So reliable. All right, well, let's move on and we'll have some fun with this game tonight.
Your theories are the worst kind of companies, right? Your methods are sloppy and your conclusions
Here
are
we go.
We're gonna learn about the French Foreign
Oh,
Legion
good.
now.
Great.
Holy shit.
We're going to
Right,
learn
let's
all
learn.
about the French Foreign Legion. Why does Jean-Claude Van Damme want to be in it so badly?
Let's find out.
All right, so in what year was the French Foreign Legion founded?
It's got to be like 1700s or 1800s, right? They've been around for a
Like
long
late-
time.
1530.
Yeah, 1686.
I don't know. I watched Napoleon. I don't remember hearing about the French Foreign Legion. So I'm going to say 1800s, like early 1800s.
It was founded
Oh, shit.
in
Ooh, there we go.
1831.
1831.
AJ gets that one.
Yeah, there they are.
What was the reasoning? Just for expansion?
In
Got to keep those colonies
I
in
think,
line.
yeah.
Gotta keep the
just to
British
have,
out of countries, the world.
Yep. In 1863, how many legionnaires went up against 3,000
100.
Mexican soldiers?
100 Jean-Claude Van Dammes.
500?
That's right.
Kick punching everyone.
Holy
It was
Whoa.
65, and they
That's crazy.
devastated the
Wow.
Mexicans.
JCVD.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ultimately lost, but they held their own as only.
Wow, there's the next Jean-Claude Van Damme film.
3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. True or false? You must be a French citizen
I feel like that's
to be
false.
a
They probably just
legionnaire.
enslave people and turn you into them.
Didn't
Right?
some Americans join it in
Yeah.
World War I?
You must be a legionnaire.
False.
It is false, but you become a French citizen
Wow.
if you're
So you just
wounded
hurt
as a
yourself and then
legionnaire.
you're good, huh?
Oh, I'm wounded.
Yeah,
I mean,
they're like,
I've been
"Well, I'm
wanting to
French now."
move.
Oh, oui, oui.
Je suis legionnaire.
Okay.
True or false? A legionnaire has to change his
True.
name.
That's cool. I'm going to say true because you have to become one of the pact, right?
You get to pick your own.
I'm going to say false.
It is true, but you can have your old one back after 6 months of service. So it's kind of like
Oh, wow.
a way
Wow.
to take
Like we're-
Brain-
down
brainwashing,
like,
right?
We're not
have
just going to
your
shave
name
your head. We're going
anymore.
to take your name too. Wow.
Yeah. Your name is 75392.
Wow.
True or false? A
True.
legionnaire
I feel like that's
can't
pretty
get
true.
married.
Really?
It is false, but they
This
have
isn't
to
sounding
serve
very fun.
5 years before they are able to. What is the average
Not a lot.
salary of a legionnaire?
26,000 euros.
I'm gonna
I'll
say
leave it in
80 grand
US
$30,000.
because the French take care of their people. They have free healthcare, so who cares what you're making? Yeah,
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 it's just
pretty much.
walking
Yeah,
around money.
after healthcare, yeah.
It is about $37,250 a year. Yeah,
You get experience.
but I mean, they're paying for
your housing.
all of
You're on
your
a military
need, like
base, yeah.
you're not paying for food or
interesting.
housing or any of that stuff. In 2024, how many legionnaires?
That's a good question.
were
I
there?
mean, I guess it depends where they're stationed, right?
100,000? 150,000?
Oh no, I have.
306,000.
It has to be small, right? Because most militaries are really tiny compared to us. I'm gonna say they probably have like 800. 800 at least. Yeah.
And they're all fighting the
800.
Mexicans.
Oh, boy.
I thought.
There's about 9,500 worldwide. Yeah, so pretty small.
That was very.
There you go.
That was
So
a
now you
great
know a little
game.
bit more.
That was. I
about the
learned
French
a lot. I
Foreign
still know why Jean-Claude Van Damme. I mean, he's not making any money. I don't know what he's doing. I guess
I think it was.
he wanted to get
implied-
married, right? To his
It was
brother's
implied
sister.
that he was staying out of prison by joining that, right?
Probably.
Oh man, he was into some
Yeah,
stuff.
I think so.
All right, so why don't we move on? Thank you, everybody. That was a great game. Let's move on and do emails.
Oh boy, I don't even
See
know
what's
what
happening.
we watched last time.
It's been a while. I
It has
think we
been a
watched a
while.
Christmas movie,
Was
didn't
it?
we?
Yeah, let me find it here.
It was
Yeah, there you go.
Christmas Eve.
Recent listener feedback, sir.
Make it so, number one.
Emails. You tiny little emails. You precious little emails. Where are you?
All right, so like a month ago, yeah, we checked out Christmas Evil.
Which was I? Did I watch this? What
Yeah, you watched it.
I think you were on this
I
one.
can't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah, you were on it. You kept talking about how great it was. Yeah,
You were on
remember.
this.
I
Yes.
did.
yeah.
You
Awesome.
recommended it.
Yeah.
I don't remember what happened in it, but yeah.
Was this the Christmas tree?
Yeah, and he had the van.
It was the
Oh,
guy
the
that was
toy
working in the
factory
toy
guy, yeah.
factory.
He
drives off the bridge at the
that
end.
scene.
Yeah, well, does he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Flies up to the
Yeah.
North Pole, I think.
I think I completely wiped
Oh.
this movie out of my memory.
That's fair. Holidays, just want to get away from them. I understand. I get it.
Christmas is over.
That's right.
Sammy Codho. If you want to see something freaky, watch this video in low res setting in big TV. Those snowflakes are the only thing not compressed to hell.
That's fair. That's fair.
Let's see. Boy, I don't even know how to say this name. ARLD8QD. I'm coming back in 25 just to spite you all. Oh, it must be someone we know. AR. I don't know.
Right,
Joe McDonald. Come back. I love the horror Christmas genre. This movie is another good one to have in rotation, along with Santa's Sleigh, a Christmas horror story. Santa fights zombie elves, and Krampus. Looking forward to the new year.
I watched Krampus again this year. That's a good one.
Yeah, Krampus is a fun one. There's a sequel, right? Mrs. Krampus.
There's a bunch of Krampus ones. I don't know if they're officials, but yeah, there's quite a few.
Yeah, we got to see Santa fighting some zombie elves, too. I'll have to mark that for next year. Let's see. Sean leaves timestamps. Always helpful, Sean. Thank you. Mike D. Hot Frosty was filmed in my hometown, and my wife and I had our wedding dinner in the restaurant right in front of the fountain. That was a fun movie. Laura and I watched that one. Wow. The snowman come to life. All right. Dava Black. Interesting concept.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, David has some alternate titles.
Oh, cool.
To the tune of I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. I saw Mommy get sniffed by Santa Claus underneath the mistletoe that night. Yeah. He did do a lot of sniffing. Better go break my snow globe. That was a strange movie.
Is that a comment or you just?
That's no, that was me. That does it for our listener feedback for Christmas Eve. Leave some feedback on Lionheart here and tell us what you think of JCVD and his naked ass.
That's right. Leave it in the comments on YouTube.
Pretty nice.
Sweaty
nice.
chest shoveling coal.
Yeah.
And all those other things that happened.
Yeah.
I'll read it when we get back together sometime in...
That's right. We'll be back. Don't worry. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
Just got to wait. Be patient. We'll be back. Yeah. We got Bronzy.
27.
We got Bronzy. We got Bronzy. All right.
We got Bronzy Bronson.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll make it happen. Don't worry. When I'm set up in my new space, we'll be ready to go.
Bronson.
Okay? But hang out. Be patient with us.
Yes. Join the Patreon. You will get all the updates on Slack.
That's right.
And you find out when we're coming back. Hopefully
That's
February time frame.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll be back.
See what happens.
If not, there's always cool stuff happening around the internet.
There's always cool stuff. You can always watch
There's always something else to watch.
Yeah,
you can watch our entire back catalog.
That's right. You can revisit some of the classic episodes. You can
go back to
check out you can check out our other podcast, Garbage Day. There's only 2 episodes, but it's fun. Play them back again. At some point, we'll do more when Mark
the old
responds.
Video show and the shorts with Ian and Chris.
Yeah. Well, Chris took them
Remember
off the
when
internet.
Chris was on the channel?
Oh, Chris took them off the internet.
Yeah, he's taking everything.
When Chris was here.
He must have spent like a week pulling videos off the internet. That's
I don't
crazy.
know why he did, but yeah.
He took all my videos off that I made too. He just took them off.
Yeah,
like,
you had that
buddy.
sci-fi zone.
Yeah, he got rid of everything. What a dick.
He's off the show.
And our Giallo and things, he took all that off. What are you going to do? Yeah, we'll be back, folks. Be patient with us. We'll be back. All right.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. There's just a lot of moving pieces right now. And Chris is doing a lot of stuff right now, too.
Yes.
So we got to give everyone patience with it. So.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll be back for some Bronzy. Rewatch some of the classic episodes. Oh, my podcast, Self-Identities. Season 2 starts next week. So if you want to listen to something really heavy, we interviewed inmates in prison that are in there for life sentences. So that podcast is out. So go check that out. Give that some love. We're blowing up in Australia. I got some numbers back. We got 2,000 views the other day.
Nice.
Or downloads or something. It's crazy. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Too bad we're not blowing up here, but we'll give it some time.
It's going to be any day now, guys.
Yeah, as soon as we get off, it's just going to be like, boom, we're on. Any day.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. All right, folks. Is there
going
anything
out
else?
on top.
We're going out on top. Anything else we want to talk about before we sign off on the Lionheart?
should we pick a movie for the theoretical next time?
Oh yeah.
I think we were going to do
the Bronzy.
The Bronzy.
What's it called?
Oh, what's the Bronson?
He has surprisingly
Death Wish. Yeah, so
Death
there's
Kiss.
Death Kiss, which is the Death Wish ripoff.
Is what it's called.
Yeah. Here, I'll play a trailer for Death Kiss for everybody. Now, it's interesting. He has surprisingly quite a few Western movies, which I'm pretty excited about because I love it.
We haven't seen a Western in a while.
Here, let me share this. We'll check out the trailer real fast for Death Kiss.
Remember you said we can take a stroll around the neighborhood when you got back?
Remember when you said you owe me $26,000?
There it is.
Just like the original.
There it is.
Bronzy in his greatest role.
An eye for an eye isn't just revenge.
Is that a Baldwin?
I think so.
I hope it is.
It is a Baldwin.
It's
a Baldwin inside a radio station.
It's Jason Baldwin.
Oh, God.
The kiss of death to the scumbags out there.
Oh, shit.
That's awesome.
It looks pretty great. Pretty great, folks.
Oh, God.
I might watch this anyway.
Right?
He's Bronzy.
He doesn't speak in the trailers. He never speaks in the trailer.
He probably was still. He's probably still learning English at that point. I don't know.
But it would give it away.
It would give it away that he's not Bronson.
Yeah. Well, with AI, who knows what he can do now?
That's true.
All right, folks. So we will watch Death Kiss when we return in the near future. Yeah. TBD. In the
Start
meantime,
a pool on when we're gonna come back.
That's right. Demand it on YouTube, and it might happen. Demand in the Slack.
There you go. The winner gets a free month of Slack.
Yeah,
Tell Chris.
Yeah, a free month of Slack. Yeah, there you go.
Or a free month Patreon. Yeah,
that's. We might, and if you sign up, we might add you in like 2 months.
we have the logon info now. We can do it. We can do it.
Yeah, I got a new password.
We remember
so
the login.
All right, folks. Until next time, check us out online. Bad Movie Night. Find us on social. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll see you here next time.
See you guys.
Thanks for listening to the Bad Movie Night Podcast.